with this BlackRock buying Uniswap news, and then we'll throw the clutch. He's gonna look at the charts. He'll let us know what he's seeing. He'll call a range for the next 2 days. He'll call direction for the next 2 days, and then we'll try to call a trade of the episode. But yeah, guys, let me tell you about Novex real quick, man. Novex is the people's exchange. It was built by traders for traders. We've worked with a lot of exchanges, really all the major ones, and there's a lot of stuff we liked about them. There's some stuff we didn't like about them, and we took all the stuff that we liked and got all the stuff we didn't, and made one awesome exchange. And so really that's how Novex came into being. But the real alpha on Novex is, as a whole, it's the only exchange that we've ever worked with. And we run it, but it's the only exchange we've ever worked with where the traders on the platform are profitable, and it's really unheard of. And here's how we keep our traders profitable: is first of all, is we stream Trade Talk every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you're liking, subbing, hitting the comments. Tell us what you want to learn, all that good stuff. And then also, the real alpha is the Telegram. You got to get in the Telegram. That's where Clutch is dropping alpha, I'm dropping alpha, Ghost is dropping alpha, and we've got a little app alpha that's coming in there too. But we give you all the hand-holding you need to make sure that you're successful in there. We give you the trades to make sure you can win. So guys, jump in there, get active, create your Novex account. Let's run it up, baby. I'm ready to do some trading today. I'm ready to get on the charts, see if we can find a little move, see if we can get a piece of this next move. But let me check in with everybody. Let's check in with the homie Massimo first this morning. Massimo, how you doing, bro? And what do you think about BlackRock buying some Uniswap and only moving Uniswap 20%? Is that bullish or bearish?
Oh, good morning. Good morning. It's hard for me to look at anything as it is, right? Got on paper, it's bullish, right? But with BlackRock, it's bullish until it's not, right? Like, was it bullish when BlackRock was buying every single family home possible that they could before Trump came in and blocked it? No, like, it wasn't bullish because all they were doing was inflating the price up and screwing people over, right? So BlackRock, I just don't trust them. At the end of the day, yeah, look, it's bullish. Buying crypto is bullish. But I think, just as you said, it only moved 20% and this, not, well, that's because everyone is skeptical of BlackRock and what they're doing. So my answer to that, pretty straightforward, is it's bullish until it's not, until they show exactly what they're planning on doing with it.
That's probably a good point that I hadn't considered, even kind of talking about it this morning, is that those of us that are left are kind of hip to the game. We know what BlackRock is. So like, we hear that BlackRock bought some Uniswap, we're like, oh yeah, that's cool. They're firing capital, but it's like, oh, we know what you do, BlackRock. So yeah, man, I think you're right. That probably does kind of maybe sum up why it only moved 20%.
Yeah, I think at this point now, it's like, it would be no different if, like, there was another pandemic and they came out and they're like, you need to get this shot. People are kind of onto the game now with BlackRock. So I'm not surprised there wasn't quite I guess the pump that would have been expected with a purchase like that.
No, for sure. It is interesting, and honestly, it might be one to eye for some shorts to expect it to revert to the mean here soon. Everything else is dumping. Maybe we can get a close look at the Uniswap chart a bit today. But we got the homie Kua jumping on. I was gonna jump across the UK, but I'm happy in the United States. I'm gonna stay a little bit longer. Nobody's deporting me. I'm a legalized citizen. But what's up, Kua? How you doing this morning, bro? And you missed the intro question. Maybe you did. Maybe you were backstage and heard it. But BlackRock has been firing at some Uniswap, and it only pumped the token 20%. Do you think that's bearish?
Only 20%? Oof. I don't know. It's pretty
Yeah,
bearish.
let's end the show, Kuya. I know what you mean. That's it. Pack it up, bro.
I mean,
That,
we pumped those kids 20%.
bro, that scoff that Kuya did, Kuya never scoffs. I don't think Kuya has scoffed since 1997. I'm scared. I need someone to hold me.
Yeah, man, only 20%. I mean, I'm excited about catching the short back down. To be real, that's what I'm excited for today. I think we might have a little opportunity there. Clutch probably knows better than I do on that one. But now, good to hear from you, Kua, man. What you been cooking, homie?
I'm nursing a cold. I'm, I'm that's I've been cooking this past couple of days. It's just the weather's weird back here, so
You said what did you say about the weather?
it's been weird. Now it's raining hard when yesterday was pretty warm. So
No, dude, it's been similar here in St. Louis. We had snow on the ground for 2 weeks, and I think this Saturday is supposed to be like 60 degrees. So we get a bit of everything here too. Well, let's check in with Alex. We're gonna jump across the pond. What do you think about BlackRock buying money swap, Alex? You think that's bullish or bearish?
Oh, I made it. The mute button evaded me there for a second, man. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good here, freezing my ass off in rainy fucking London. I hear all you guys fucking complaining about 90-degree weather, and I'm here at 50 fucking degrees, if that, pissing down with rain. Yeah, BlackRock's fucking buying everything, man. They got all the private equities and everything like that, and now Uniswap, I guess. I don't know. It's fucking the state of the market at the moment. Yeah, I'm pretty bearish, to be honest. But yeah, I don't think it affects anything, man. Not much. How much did they buy? The whole thing?
I I'm not positive how much they bought. Actually, the article I read didn't get specifics on that. I was just so enamored that it only pumped 20%.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Like, what's his face bought more bloody ETH? Staked more ETH. What, he staked another 200 million's worth of ETH, and it's not like that's going to do anything to it, to the chart. So yeah, I'm fully expecting us to be down at 20K by October. Man.
You said 20K?
Jeez. This man wants it to be over. Jeez, we go to
I don't know. We come
20K.
back for 20K.
Fudge, dude.
But then again, fiat might be worth absolutely nothing as well. So,
well, Ethereum has been worth nothing for a while. I've been trying to warn you guys. I am the best friend of anyone looking to make money that is buying Ethereum. So,
What if Ethereum was to hold all along? Everything, including the dollar, goes to zero. Even Bitcoin, but Ethereum's still there, holding a stable value.
That's possible, bro. Vitalik's already G'd billions and billions of dollars. So if anything, he can hold on a little bit longer. Sure.
yeah.
That's the one way Ethereum makes it back. They stop G'ing it.
Yeah, but they got another update coming in Q2, man.
So that means they need more money for the next phase of building.
Yeah, exactly.
Well played. Well played, Ethereum. Well played. Freaking guys, they took a page out of Robert De Niro's book, bro.
Michael Saylor said he's going to buy every quarter now as well, didn't he?
Hey, I got another interesting topic though, for real, that I almost wanted to throw out there this morning. Have you guys been following about that the lady associated with the Epstein files, she was like a news reporter that broke some information. Her mom got kidnapped, and for ransom they wanted Bitcoin. And so apparently there was a deposit made in the Bitcoin wallet last night. And my first thing I posted when I saw it was like, wow, that's odd. Why wouldn't you ask for Monero? And then like 30 minutes later, the feds kicked in somebody's door. Did you get about that?
No, that was yesterday.
Yeah, last night.
Oh fudge, Keisha. No, so there's been a lot of these things coming out with the Epstein files, but man, it's really hard to see what's real and what's not. And not because I feel that some things are too crazy that they can't be real. That's not the case. It's just that there's been so many different like explanations and statuses and whatnot, right? That it's kind of hard to really figure out what's true and what's not, man. If that's the case, so the kidnappers that were connected to Epstein, they asked for Bitcoin,
So
right?
the kidnappers weren't connected to Epstein. This lady was a journalist, and she was interviewing. Her only connection was she was interviewing victims, but now her mom got kidnapped, and then the kidnappers want like 8 million in Bitcoin.
And they gave it to them, but then the dudes that got the Bitcoin got caught.
So they deposited like 300,000 in the wallet, and then like 30 minutes later, the feds kicked in somebody's door, and then like apparently the guy who's associated with the wallet has been released right now, and they weren't able to hold him, I guess, for whatever reason. But it's a really weird scenario. But like the thing that made it so weird to me is like, all right, like I feel like most people at this point in time know Bitcoin's tracked. So like who's asking for Bitcoin at a crime?
What if that's part of the distraction?
That's the other thing too.
Man,
It's really weird, like all around. Like and like because I guess maybe the thing is like everybody in Bitcoin knows Bitcoin's tracked, but like the mainstream, and they're like, oh, those sons of guns got them. They got that untraceable money.
Man. I mean, there's mixers you can take your Bitcoin to and all that, like you can mix it and send it to Monero, extract it. Like if you really wanted to, there's crimes that can be committed there. Yeah, this is a weird what? That's all I can think of is what?
Yeah.
Dude,
the whole world these past few weeks has been really weird. Like it's hard to know which topic to dial in on. And like you said, it's hard to know what's real and what's fake because like there was all kinds of fake stuff going around that Epstein was emailing Satoshi, and in reality he was just giving money to MIT, who was giving money to Bitcoin Core.
Well, I mean that's half truth, I guess. Because at this point you can't say that's a full lie, because how do you know he hasn't spoken Satoshi? No one knows who Satoshi is, and I promise you, if there was anybody that knows who Satoshi is, it would be Epstein.
I would have put that past him for real, especially if you hear the dude talk and how smart he is. Like that dude definitely understood Bitcoin.
Look, there's very few people in the world that know more information about the world than Epstein. He literally got to that point of elite status by knowing what sick bastard freaking trait each freaking politician and person in the world had. He knew which dudes had foot fetishes and which dudes had freaking, they're dudes and they're gay. He knew which girls were cheating on their husbands, and he knew, right? Like, bro, this man was literally paid to gain the most savage and disgusting information on humans. There is no chance that dude, like, I almost truly feel that Epstein does know who Satoshi is. I don't think Epstein is dead, if I'm being honest. I've never felt that he was dead. Never, not once. Like, what? How do you kill yourself? It doesn't add up. That means they let you kill yourself, and when they let you kill yourself, it means you didn't kill yourself. You know, like this whole motion that this fool's gone to me is like, nah, man. I think that dude had his last bag of tricks to like really stop what was coming his direction. The only way to stop it is to say, hey, Michelle / Michael Obama, you want your truth to come out? You want the videos of you actually having a real wiener coming out? Like stuff like that, bro. I think that's what saved him, to be honest. Certain clips on certain people
I'm
that
with you
weren't part
there.
of
For
those.
real.
Yeah, like some of the things that weren't in the Epstein files. I promise you, there's no chance every recorded video that those sick bastards ever did is all recorded, or it's all in custody, right? So, man, like to me, this feels like a distraction to like start distracting people, because like, how do you ask for Bitcoin and then how do you release the guy that the wallet it hit? There's no denying ransom money hitting a certain wallet. Like you can track the transaction. So if they're trying to let that guy loose, I think they're trying to see where he's going to move those funds to, or who he's going to connect to or communicate with on the blockchain. So to me,
Yeah.
this is a, hey, we'll let you loose just so we can see who do you run to. You're going to run to somebody at some point. Criminals always do. There's never like, imagine if serious criminals were like, yo, I've committed 7,800 crimes in a row without getting caught. I think I'm done. I'm going to retire and I'm never going to make another criminal act again. Never. You don't hear criminals do that because criminals are stupid. They're so stupid, and this is why. Not stupid because their brain is stupid. They're so stupid because they get overwhelmed with pride and decision making that really leads them to getting caught. Most criminals aren't stupid, they just make stupid decisions. So for me, this little deal and kidnapping a journalist and someone that knows and this and that, bro, I think they're just trying to ruffle some feathers and shake the cage just to see what comes out.
I kind of felt like it was a like some type of distraction too, because it's just so like the Bitcoin thing was just so weird to me that like if you're pro enough to kidnap somebody and get away with it and like have the FBI looking for you for like a week or two, I feel like you would have done the extra step to Google the safest currency to have it sent to you, and you know.
Right, which tells you that most people even know that. And I just think that was a direct choice. It's almost like if it's an attack on Bitcoin. They told us, think about it. They told us Epstein invested. They are now telling us that Putin is the one that's at the forefront of creating it, and it's meant to destroy the economical stance or foundation of the rest of the world. And now this might just be Bitcoin FUD to make it go lower so they can get their entrances. They want people who will sit there and say, well, I can't play on Bitcoin. Epstein bought it. Then why do you watch Fox? Why do you watch
Yeah.
CNN? You know what I'm saying? But the reality is there's a ton of people, Andrew, that are going to say, I can't touch something that the devil touches, as they put on a pornography and wank it. You know what I'm saying? The level of hypocrisy in humans is disgusting. So to me, this is like a play on the heartstrings. There's only one way to stop Bitcoin if you're trying to stop Bitcoin from this point forward. And that's to let everybody know that Bitcoin was at the forefront of creating the nastiest pedophile ring in the history of the world. That's what that tells me. Who the heck? The one thing that most people are closets of, they're not closet gays anymore. Closet gays, they're okay. They want to come out now. No longer do they want to be in the closet. There's only one group of people that still remains in the closet that bad, and that's the frickin' pedos. So to
Yeah.
me, this is attack of the pedos, bro. People dude, like people will come out with sick ass fantasies. They'll incest people. Dude, I used to know a dude that would come out that he had a crush on his mom, bro. Like
That's
weirdest
disgusting.
things, the weirdest things ever I've been like I've exposed to, bro, but just meeting all kinds of nasty humans. And the one thing that's never been the case was, hey man, I like little boys. Hey man, I like little girls. No one ever did that. No one, bro. In high school, once everyone was 18, they
That
like I'm
is
telling
true
you,
for
it's
real.
the one thing, bro. It's the one thing. People will
Yeah.
openly talk about murder, wiping out families. I'll kill him and his kids if they kill my bro. All I'm saying is that I think they're shaking out the one thing that's still around in the world in the closet. And that's that, dude. These freaking sick politicians are freaking put in positions that they can't deny. And like, dude, like this convo just goes very, very deep, man. But what I do feel that this is a shakeout, bro. This is a hey. People are gonna, in theory, hate anything against children. Okay. Maybe they'll hit Bitcoin that much so we can accumulate more and more of it.
But it's almost like a shakeout of fucking everything. They want everybody to have like digital ID. Look what these fuckers do for your safety. You know, we're gonna have, you know, digital ID. Everything's gonna be on chain, so we know exactly where your money's going
Right.
and everything like that. You know.
So I had a crazy theory that brought me to Bitcoin. You know, I'm a Christian and I believe Jesus is going to come back. And before that, there's going to be the Antichrist. I felt the Antichrist was Satoshi. That's what, like, that was my conspiracy theory that brought me here. Now, it doesn't feel too crazy because think about it. One guy started Bitcoin. No one knows who he is. Now, the one of the worst enemies to the world and the world's children, women and children, heck, even innocent politicians and artists, right? Famous people are like, damn, that's their freaking devil. But now this guy, he's at the forefront of it all. I can see the ushering in of someone that saves us from these sick bastards being Satoshi. Be like, yo, yeah, it's Epstein and he's connected to all these wallets. This wallet goes to the ex-president. This wallet goes to the foreign affairs guy. This wallet goes to this dude. Oh, look, this idiot bought a house with that same wallet. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that is a huge potential, more so than I ever thought before, Andrew. I'm beginning to feel now that my take on who the Antichrist is, bro, it just went up tenfold. It is no longer a freaking slim, probably never gonna be the case to now, bro. I would argue that Satoshi being the Antichrist and wiping out Epstein is the easiest battle in the world because they created it, easy to beat it. And that's what makes everyone fall in love with Bitcoin and actually take the mark of the beast, which is simply be falling in line with the CBDCs and that form of mark. Everyone thinks that a mark is a physical tattoo on your skin, but we live in a spiritual world. That mark doesn't have to be physical. That mark could also be digital, right? So to me, like, we don't know exactly what it is yet, but bro, this is giving freaking girth to my story. Not gonna lie, Andrew.
Sure.
I
I
might be
mean,
that one that forecasted this crap.
maybe it's my hopium, but I still don't buy Satoshi just for the sole reason that I don't think people are gonna fall in love with Satoshi like that. I think there's gonna be too much boomer pushback even if Satoshi's ever revealed.
First of all, most boomers are gonna die the second the famine strikes. Okay, so let's just call it right there. You can't take your freaking medicine with no food, Linda. Okay, and if you wash that down with a freaking bottle of scotch, you're gonna die even faster. Look, let's just be real here. Okay, someone has to fit certain descriptions to even be considered the Antichrist. Having the most money in the world by far, dude, that automatically eliminates most people. Even guys like Trump are eliminated. They don't have that kind of wealth. The kind of wealth that no one knows exactly what you have, there's only certain people that have that wealth. Satoshi's one of them, assuming he's still alive. That's why. That's my only that's my main reason, Andrew. The rest is just circumstantial and just craziness and campfire talk. We get it. But the one thing, man, if you can't beat them, you join them. And if you join them after you couldn't beat them, you probably join them so then you can beat them from the inside. That's like the the real playbook of good old American, right? American like approach. The Trojan horse. We show up with a horse and tell you it's for racing. But little did you know the horse has a disease that's going to wipe out your whole village. Like, that's how America rolls, bro. And to me, if Bitcoin was created by America, it was created to destroy the world's infrastructure financially. America don't create things for the world to enjoy. Oh, yeah. We want to change the world. We're America. Everyone else should live a better life than us. Oh, that is not the America I frickin' have come to learn and love. These Epstein topics, man, they're rough. They're
I
rough
love them.
because I love them, but they're rough. And you guys might wonder, why does this matter? It's like, bro, potentially speaking, Epstein could be one of the guys that led to founding Bitcoin. I don't think he created it, and I don't think he started it. But Andrew, most people with the best of ideas will never take it off the ground if they don't have some serious backing. Someone seriously backed Satoshi. It's one thing most people never really talk about. They act like it was just some dude in some flip-flops, long hair, sweaty smelling like ass that just created this revolutionary thing, put it out into the internet for everyone to learn it and master it and eventually fight back, all on their own volition. Fuck, dude. I'm a dreamer, but I'm not that kind of dreamer. I'm not retarded. This was definitely an attack and a directed attack. Bitcoin is an attack on the world. No one can deny that, because otherwise it wouldn't be needed. There's no world where Bitcoin works hand in hand with the world's financial system. Read the white paper. Tell me what you get from it.
Oh yeah, I mean
I've
that's what
read
it was
that thing.
designed to do.
Right. Go to war with the world and destroy it. You destroy the world by destroying its financial structure. Before we had financial structures, people like Genghis Khan rolled up with whatever financial structure they did have, which was just human power, and they wiped you. Well, we have evolved into proxy wars and financial wars, and we're not just, I was going to say, we're not just going out, wiping out villages, raping their women and children. I was going to say that, but that's actually not true. We are raping the world's women and children, and it's just nasty, all these things going on, and all this Epstein stuff, it's so disgusting that it's connected. Another Epstein topic that I thought about that was hilarious. Do you know R. Kelly and Jay-Z, their song was filmed at Lolita Island? Google used to say it for the location, and then it got changed as of 2023. Jay-Z is now being called a monster by prominent artists, people that have been calling him out for a very long time, like 50 Cent is one of them, right? Like, man, dude, this stuff runs so deep because it connects to your television, it connects to your music, it connects to your kids. All these worship Luciferian acts are on Fortnite, so it affects our kids. I know your kid plays Fortnite just along with my kid, Andrew, and I have to put them up on game with all this stupid little 6-7 and all these little ritualized Illuminati hand signals and dances. And, bro, the world is under fire, and it's a spiritual freaking attack. but it's also a digital financial attack, bro. We're in the midst of a world reset. Remember me and Tex, one of the few that we will always talk about this, bro. Everyone thought it was going to be a World War III with nukes and this and that. And him and I, we always went crazy with these conspiracies about the proxy war, the money war, and the destroy politicians and get them out of power. What has happened since then? Mexico wiped all its leaders that were running for president to get to a Jewish woman president. Yeah, no
Yep.
coincidence at all. Like, bro, we can sit here and talk all this stuff, but there's no chance that the Jews aren't connected with this because the Jews are connected with Epstein. And you can say, well, I'm a Jew. I'm not an Epsteiner. Well, you're not a Zionist. Okay, so you're a lukewarm Jew. Cool. You don't know your religion. A lot of us that aren't practicing Jews actually know this stuff. It's freaking crazy, bro. I honestly, like, we can't even have these topics, bro, because, like, there's only one way to really enjoy these topics, and that's to share what you truly know and what, and I know enough not to get assassinated. I wasn't friends with any of these celebrities. I've been in a room with billionaires. I've been in a room with the founder of frickin' Tether. I've been in a room with a lot of very, very powerful people, but I don't know enough to have them have to get rid of me. You know what I'm saying? Because I never went to their parties. I never went to any of their fun stuff. Bro, I used to have a lot of celebrity clients in LA when I was living in LA, Andrew. And like the reality is, bro, these people always have random ass events. It's crazy. You got to celebrate. And Epstein knew how to get people. You wow them with money, lavishness, richness, and wealth, and then you torture them with what you have on them. Bro, this is sick. And now I think Bitcoin became a victim of its same thing because the Satoshi, let's just assume Satoshi was an innocent guy, not some crazy government guy, not some crazy connected world leader, right? Let's just assume he was just a you and I, a regular ass dude that just had the brain to freaking build Bitcoin. You think he knew taking 400 million or whatever it was from Epstein? He probably didn't even know who he was. I think that's the other side of the coin, that if Satoshi is not the Antichrist, he wasn't involved. Well, intent isn't always the reason why things happen. His intent was not to lose control of Bitcoin. And I think that connection to Epstein and that world circle is giving the world leaders enough firepower to get rid of Bitcoin. So that's where I get with you, Andrew. I'm more likely that that's the case, that Satoshi was just a stupid, dumb idiot that signed the deal with the devil. He went all out to freaking build the perfect thing, but then he said, stick a pineapple up my ass, freaking Little Nicky. Yeah, that's a shout out to the movie Little Nicky. But right, like, I think it's a lose-lose situation for Bitcoin, no matter how you look at it. He was complicit, or he was too stupid to realize who he's doing business with. Government freaking proxies and agents and pieces. Bro, how stupid do you have to be?
Maybe he figured it out and that's why he disappeared.
Ah, damn, the plot thickens, Andrew. The only way to survive is to make yourself disappear, because they knew. He must have known the money, where it went.
Yeah.
Bro, when we were running Make Solana Great Again, bro, I would sit there for hours and just study transactions, just to look at it. And then I would look wallets. Oh, who is this? Oh, where'd they move money from? Oh, what tokens did they sell? Assuming Satoshi is alive, you don't think he was doing that in the beginning? Wait, who the heck just bought 1% of Bitcoin? What? Damn. Wait, why is that guy connected to, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, damn. This topic just got freaking heated.
Also, in the beginning, it was never talked about how you could track IP addresses with Bitcoin. So, like,
right.
you gotta assume Satoshi was probably doing that a bit. It's just how we naturally are with our tokens we launch.
Right.
Just looking at the
I
blockchain.
did. I was checking that stuff at some point so I can see if it was Americans, Brits, freaking what side of Euros, because I had friends from all kinds of pockets of the world, and I was getting hoed. They were hoeing the
Yeah, yeah.
chart. So I was really trying to figure out who it was. And given in doing all those things, that's how I caught who was hoeing us. So there's no chance I'm a better dev than Satoshi. No freaking chance. I'm a better freaking idiot. I wouldn't take money from some freaking rich bastards. Bro, I could have been over there with the, the tether guy. Or I could have got whatever. Signed a deal with the devil right there. Everybody knows what sick things that bastard be doing. All his friends know. But I'm at least that smart, bro. I don't take freaking deals from the devil, bro. The devil, you can turn around and keep that pineapple. I don't want it. Don't fit anywhere in my body. It's crazy. Massimo, you're at work? He's just listening to some crazy ass stuff. Kuya is probably like, damn, bro, no Olympia for you. Oh, man, this is a crazy topic, bro. Damn.
I like you, but you're crazy.
You're crazy, man. Yo, more likely, Satoshi is the Antichrist. Satoshi disappeared because he realized he made a deal with the devil and he couldn't stop it.
I'm leaning on deal with the devil.
Yeah, like he's just stupid. Realized he made a deal with the devil, all the pedos and all the crazy bastards, and then he dipped. He had to survive. Probably like got rid of his wallet and sent them proof that he'll never move it. Like something, like he burned the rights to it and gave it to the one person that will always leave him alone. Bro, we went and found Osama in a cave. Bro, we'll find Fidel wherever, bro. If the U.S. government wants you dead, there's nowhere in the world you can go. And if the U.S. government wants you found, they're really good at making deals to make you come in. They haven't offered him a good enough deal to make him come out. Now, here's the third avenue. Epstein invested, didn't know, complete random accident. Because Epstein invested, all his homies invested. Those connections to all these different financial people, financial statues of people, right? Financially well-statured people, right? What if that could be a third play is he just realized, okay, it's working. All the world's leaders are going to start coming in here. Wait till they realize what happens. I need to be gone by then. I probably have 10 years. And Satoshi disappeared, what, year one, right? It was like right before the end of year one. Andrew, can you give me a time lapse somewhat of when Satoshi was last heard from? Because I know it got launched. Well, remember that one thing we saw with Bitcoin and, we know who Satoshi is, blah, blah, blah. I think I remember watching on there that the last people heard from Satoshi was in year one.
Oh, so it was December 12th, 2010.
So a year and a half later? The white paper was published in what? Oh, the white paper was published right after 08, right? Or like 08, 09?
But yeah.
But written in 08, talked about it was written and talked about to different people in 08, right? Like there was a glimpse of it, and then 09 was the launch, right? And then 2010, we never heard from Satoshi again. Yeah, bro, that would make sense. 400 mil came in. Billion starts coming into a crap coin, bro. If I'm Satoshi, I'm scared too. I'm probably running. Yo, what is this? Who else is buying this? It ain't Linda and Robert down the street. It's freaking all these evil bastards that run the world, and they're buying my stuff. Oh, damn, they're going to kill me. I have the most supply. I gotta go. Heck yeah, bro. That does make sense. You gave me a good avenue to counter Satoshi being the Antichrist. But I still will argue in court that my Satoshi is the Antichrist fits the narrative better. And I've heard less and less people talking about that. Like, there's literally, I'm one of the only idiots that believes that.
It's probably a little off subject, but you know the timing is right. Like if you look at the biblical math of where like the Antichrist should be arriving between like 2030 and 2060, so like that would be Satoshi time.
Bro, I need you to stop giving me more ammo.
But I'm still not convinced, man. I just don't think people are gonna love him. I think everybody's gonna.
If he wipes out Epstein, gives a ledger of every wallet connected to every evil bastard in the freaking world, and we put out a task force in which Satoshi gives 1% of his supply to this task force to go out and wipe one by one. I promise you, they will follow him. They'll love him. If Satoshi gives out all of his supply, imagine, to all the people to take out all the world leaders that have been involved with this crazy pedo ring. Bro, world leaders have been messing with children for a very long time. The Romans did it, the Babylonians did it, the Greeks did it, all sick bastards. We've been trying to get rid of those sick bastards for freaking thousands of years. The world cannot do it. It has failed every chance they've had, Andrew. If Satoshi succeeds, because he put them all on a list, which is the ledger, bro, no chance that fool's not the most loved man in the history of creation outside of Fred.
Man, when you say ledger like that, I've never been more bullish.
But think about it. The ledger of crime is the Bitcoin ledger.
Put those pedals on the ledger.
Just know who right. So you just got to look at who gave those first dollars. And then from there, just start looking at all the wallets that came in after. These guys, bro, the only way to manipulate this market for people like me to precisely call tops and bottoms is because it's manipulated and not real. Do you know that? I'm this good because I know how to catch what's not real. Fake moves, fake pumps, fake dumps. I just know them. Doesn't line up with the world temperature. Doesn't line up with the real estate market. Doesn't line up with this. Doesn't line up with that. Like you can literally track the whole market, bro, just by when I buy things, Andrew. Remember, I was buying land. I was doing things like, dog, I was selling the top. I was cheating all my gains, bro. Man, yo, Andrew, this topic was fire, bro. Made me not even like care about the charts or any of that because it may not matter for much longer. Someone said 20K Bitcoin, and if we close that 20K gap, we're cooked. Bitcoin will only have a intrinsic value of $10,000 at that point, probably less because we've printed even more since, right? Overall, man, that means we're back to 2007 price. No, 2019 prices, Andrew. Prices, Andrew, which is, 5 to 10K Bitcoin.
Everybody's gains.
Everybody resets. Bro, Michael Saylor goes bankrupt. America collapses from a stock market perspective because there's just so many corporations in Bitcoin now. Harvard might have to call Yale and get a loan. Oh, man. Oh, fudge, Keisha. Yo, if you don't enjoy trade talk, bro, it's because you just, I don't know what to tell you, man. Oh, frickin'
Harvard might have to call Clutch and get a loan.
Let me see. I just read. Yes, right. Buddy, let me read some of his messages. Remember when we saw creepy dev from Zcash and we dumped it? Satoshi is hiding from Jay's. Yeah, bro. Exactly. If Satoshi sits there and gives you a ledger and says, hey, guys, there are 100,000 world leaders. I have 70,000 of them on this list as pedophiles. Have at it. 10% of the Bitcoin supply goes for y'all. What do you think's going to happen over the next 2-3 weeks, bro? Slaughtered. What happened
I'll be
in
hunting.
France? What happened in France when they beheaded their king way back when? Bro, that's going to happen again. This is crazy, bro. They need to stop messing with humans. They're sending humans down a path of destruction, bro. And because they keep touching our freaking kids. Did you see the freaking craziness? I was watching a Joe Rogan podcast, bro. Here's a little added to you. Man, I hate throwing in all these little things. I'd rather talk about these things offline. But bro, you know how they started catching Epstein to begin with?
How?
Two stupid high school girls from Florida were arguing about why one is a slut and why she was defending she was a slut. They were basically calling her a prostitute. And she was defending herself. I ain't no freaking prostitute. It's like, nah, you are a whore. So that thing then came out that the mom found out because of all this stuff going down in the kid's school. Bro, she calls the authorities. They find $300 cash in this girl's wallet. You're in high school. You just don't have $300 back in 2000 something, bro. That's like having $2,000 now. Like, what are you doing? So anyways, they went to a private party, bro. They were going to freak off parties and they were using the high school in Florida as a recruiting center for young girls. Florida girls are crazy. They don't freaking care, bro. And yeah, bro. So in that investigation is how they ended up catching that all this was connected to Epstein. That's the one thing that got them caught, basically, bro. I mean, there would have been something else. But yeah, bro. One friend saw her friend do some other sick stuff. She has money. She doesn't, right? So now they're fighting. They're no longer friends because Becca, you're a slut. Whoa. I'm not. Do you not remember what you did last night? Yeah, you're a slut. You're an escort. And that was it, bro. Crazy, right? High school girls. Think about it, bro. If Epstein was just, man, can we just go after 18-year-old girls instead?
Nobody would have cared.
No one would have cared. Whatever, bro. These are all young sluts anyways. That most women in this life now are just trying to slut away their body count. They have sugar and they feel the only way to live is to have no sugar. Every time you bang, you give a little sugar away to the next guy. And women now don't like sugar. Sugar's unhealthy, says them. The slut black book of the world or whatever. There's probably like a manual. It's nasty, bro. It's nasty. And yeah, dog, like, but that's crazy that now Joe Rogan and just like all these prominent people are just talking about a scenario after another on all these things happening, bro. Podcasters are going to start disappearing, I feel. Those that really know. So if I was Joe Rogan and people like him, dog, I would freaking really be scared.
Yeah.
You might as well like start retiring, start looking at doing something else. Because even Buzz Aldrin stopped talking. Let them call you crazy, but they won't know for sure if the moon landing was real or not. Just shut the fudge up. Because every time you open your mouth, you lie. You just keep getting caught. They obviously don't tell us something. Now, I'm not saying the moon landing isn't real. What I'm saying is the moon landing is not real how they told us it is. That's all I'm saying. Whether we got there or not, whether there's an evil alien base in the back or not, whether we just never have to go back to or not because we put mirrors everywhere, no matter what it is, it's not what happened. That's what I do know about the moon landing. It just happened in a way that they somehow can't tell us because we would frickin' probably be like, man, never mind. I'll just stop right there before they put my ass on a list that I'm already on. This is why I don't go anywhere, guys. I hardly wear shoes. So all these crazy bastards in the world know I'm not a threat. Don't worry, you could keep being a creeper. I won't mess with you. Don't worry. The world will eventually get rid of you. I don't need to. Crazy stuff, bro. Man, I guess I should get to a little TA, huh? I like these Epstein topics way better, bro, because I've been on this Epstein stuff since before.
Might check 1, 2.
I accidentally shut off my computer. I close it.
Skills.
It's a skill issue for sure. No, hey, but I've been on this Epstein stuff for a very long time, since before we knew it was Epstein. Do you guys remember? Well, I don't know if you guys are fans of Alex Jones, but Alex Jones has been trying to catch Epstein since before he knew it was Epstein also. He knew it was a satanic, ritual group, cabal group that was basically raping and eating kids and extracting adrenochrome from them. So yeah, man. Scary stuff, guys. Let's see. I'm reading through some of the messages. Maybe the 666 BTC block will unlock the crime. That's a good one. That's a good one, buddy.
That would be crazy. But I think they ascribed one of the verses of Psalms onto the 666 block.
What block are we on right now?
I'm not positive. I know the 666 block came over the summer or something, somewhere around that time.
Okay. Who knows, right? I don't know. Okay. Well, let's get to some quick TA. Man, dude. Okay. So for starters, before we do TA, actually, let's go do what we normally do. Coin market cap. Disgusting, I know. Approaching 2 trillion market cap. 227. We are formulating a double and triple bottom on the market cap of crypto. Fear and greed still at 9, but people are buying more alts. Altcoin season went from 23 to 28 since Monday. That's good. That you know that there's another pump coming, because more and more people are buying alts, right? Altcoin season's going, so that's good. But what you got to be mindful of is that they're going to take profits when you least expect it. So see green, take green territory for sure on these pumps. Solana's right back to 78. Bitcoin lost 70K, lost 69K. You know why 69K is important, and not just because of the 69 for Alex, you freaking freak. Okay. But it's important because it was previous cycle all-time high. We are now trading below 2 cycles all-time high. Extremely dangerous. How extreme? More extreme than the taste of an English forced breakfast. English muffins don't belong on a breakfast table, and I will continue to be fighting for what's right, no matter how many friends I've. Much love, but my goodness, you got to do breakfast better. The totals of crypto is not looking good. It's slowly but surely going down, and it's starting to become a danger. Let's go to the charts that matter now. Let me go to full screen. Boom. Okay. So full screen here. Here we are on Pumpy Dumpy. My goodness, dude. I want to show you guys. Andrew, get ready for this. Are you ready? I'm going to teach you something that's crazy. Everybody, watch the charts. 6-month chart, okay? Now, you guys might think I'm crazy. Let me confirm that I am. I do TA on the 6-month chart, on the 1 year, on the 3-month, on the 4-month, on the I go into all kinds of math. If I want to do 5 years, right? There's 10 sections of 6-month slots. Anyways, on the 6-month time frame, we've had a couple spots where we've had almost a 2-year run, if not a 2-year run. 1, 2, 3, 18 months here, followed by a red month. And matter of fact, let's go back to the humbling beginnings of USDT Pumpy Dumpy. So you see the pullback always comes and it lasts a while. 3, 6 months, sometimes a year. Right? We pump and then look at the pullback, half a year or so, maybe a year, because you can zoom in and go to the 3-year. So look at this pocket there, right? Like you see the pullback, it looked like it was only 6 months. But if you go to 3 months, check it. The pullback was actually close to 9 because we wicked here and then 3, 6 full months followed by another little drop down there before the takeoff. On every pump, it's usually a 6-month time frame, 6-month time frame on the dumps and corrections. We pump. Look at this. We knew we were still in a bull market. We only got the 6-month dump, followed by reclaiming all-time high, right? Top of the bear. And then look at this. Boom, boom. You see this 3 to 6 month sequences, right? On the pullbacks. Well, when I went to the 6 month and I saw something that was very concerning. The 8 EMA is the real concerning factor. When I called this would finally be the bottom, I had already been looking at these charts, but I had already seen all of our wick attempts to break out and it kept getting rejected. Finally, on this wick, I knew on the next claim to the 8, we're more than likely going to take it, and we did. Look at this, even a bounce to the 8, followed by an operation sender. We're in the process now to where we have been trading like this 18 months damn near. We're going to zoom in and go to the 3 month. 1, 2, so that's 6 months, right? But if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, right here, these 4, right? This was just kind of a consolidation. And then the rest, you kind of see it on these snaps, on these pumps, right? On these pumps, we are literally just formulating this bottom. You see it here on these snaps and it just kind of consolidates, boom, but it's just steadily going up, right? This is what I'm seeing here. The same thing that I saw here, you can study this. The same thing I saw here, I'm seeing it right there. We went on a 6-month rip, 1, 2. But here's the thing on that rip, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3-month candles. 15 months worth of pullback. Worth of, dude, anytime there's a frickin' pump, I'm shorting it. This piece of the market is where we are now. All you literally have to do is measure now to realize we can go. So from consolidation and bottom, which is here, right? The bottom of that red, hold on, to the top of this wick. Okay. Now we go from the consolidation and the bottom. Okay. So listen, you guys are probably thinking, yo, Clutch, what? What do you mean? Well, last time I did this, I got us a line right up there. And look how frickin' perfect I got it. I think this is going to be the next move. I called 8 to 12%. Now I'm kind of going to go tighter and I'm going to say 10 to 11%. 10 to 12% or so is going to be our top of the bear market. There's no reason why on the 3 month we won't print an all-time high. There's no reason why on the 6 month we won't print an all-time high. And there's no reason why on the 12-month we won't print an all-time high, especially when we have the rest of this year to do so. Look at the 12-month chart, guys. Pretty interesting, right? And if you start looking at all the wicks to the 8, and now we're above the 8 again. The 8 has always been the tell on every chart because on a weekly basis, the 8 EMA gives you that extra day from. Remember all you Mexican and probably Hispanic and Latin, maybe even Italian cultures. Massimo, if you're still here, can you please confirm if the Italians did this? But my grandma would never say a week was 7 days. She would always say in 8 days to signify the following week. It's always been in the culture of things. It's how you know that the weekly average, it's actually confirmed and you're now on the 8th day, so you're following off of that 7-day average. Anyone can confirm or deny what I'm saying with their cultures? Because I know that's been culture deep with it. We never set 7 days for a week. It's 8 days for a week. No? Okay. Sounds great. I'll just assume I'm
Never heard of
crazy.
it. You're
All right.
crazy.
I'm crazy. All I'm saying, guys, is I dove into Pumpy Dumpy. There's nothing good. It's nothing freaking good. Here's a slight ray of hope. We go below this wick and we don't print an all-time high. Right? Because we go above this line, we print an all-time high. So maybe before that happens, we kind of, and then, right? That's what we're hoping. But hopium is hopium. Let's go to futures on the CME, on the daily. Well, it does not look good, guys. This gap, I don't know how we're going to close a gap that's becoming extremely efficient at being top. That gap is now at the 200 EMA on the 3-day with an incoming 21 under a 200. Typically before this, you do get relief rallies. You are seeing a higher low on the 3-day. So maybe we can scale our way right into here before that drop off happens. So pay attention to the 3-day chart. On 5-day, you can see a little bit more of that correlation that I'm talking about. And basically, there's still big old gaps before these EMAs head down to the 200. Everything else is front running. Everything else is already going to be at its 5-day 200 or weekly 200s, right? Past that. Where, like to the point where no crosses is even happening. And I'll show you guys here in a bit. But anyways, the correlation from 3-day to 5-day is if we hold the 200, we tested half of the wick down. Great. Now we can claim the 200 and just trade up this way as we're waiting for the EMAs and the averages to head down. I can definitely see that, and I'm still maintaining some hope that the closure of this gap is going to be coming soon. I would predict that on the weekly chart, which is also at its 200 and the exact same things, I would predict that over the next 4 to 6 weeks, we're going to get that relief rally to take us to this area. Now, can we hold on to here before that happens? Isn't guaranteed. But what I do tell you is after volatility, right? Look at the low volatility. We started getting buyers now, and we still got a little bit of a drop off. So I'm watching this volatility indicator, and I'm also watching the white DMI heading up, meaning more and more buyers are coming in. When this happens, I'm mindful of any liquidity grab that they're going to get. But there really isn't that many bearish crossings left except on the 3-day. To confirm front-running purposes, let me go to futures on Bitcoin and go to the 5-day. Notice how we're way below the 200 with the 8 about to cross under the 200. Look at this. The 8 already crossed the 200. Oh, sorry, that's the 3-day. My bad. As I was, go to the 5-day. Look how far the 8 is from the 200. Let's get a percentage. From the 8 to the 200, it's right around 15%, 20%. The rest of the market is front running the CME by about 20%. And you see it here. Now, the holding on this trend here that I gave us two predictory trends. Here's the update, guys. I do have something new for y'all this week, today instead of Monday. I expect a bounce off of our line one time, which we kind of did. Next time we go, we're losing it. Meaning this relief rally doesn't have a whole lot of time before it makes it to this zone. This zone is going to be your tell that we're heading towards the bottom. Just how I predicted Pumpy Dumpy and the top with its angles. Right, let me go to the weekly. Just how I predicted that. It's the same way that I'm looking, at Bitcoin, holding on to this trend before a bounce up to close gap. So I can see this. Close the gap and then head down there. That's what I'm expecting. In case you're wondering, all right, Clutch, what do you think is next? Now, will this happen in the next 2 days till Friday? Probably not. Hopefully not. We G down to 30, 40, 50K. My goodness, the market is going to capitulate hard. Pumpy Dumpy is gearing up for a top. Where would that top land? It's just nasty out there in the streets, guys. To give you more front running considerations, look at the 5-day. We're almost to the 50 crossing under the 200 for Solana. On the 5-day, where the 8 hasn't even crossed under the 200 on CME, and it's barely crossing on futures. Now let's go to Ethereum 5-day. 8 already crossed, 21's coming, so not front running as much as Solana. But Ethereum is at a very dangerous, very, very dangerous position. If it loses this low, we are cooked. And even this low here, this was a higher low. So this makes the head and shoulders work perfectly. But we already got the base. We already kind of got everything. So could we go make another move? Could this be the head? Could this be the shoulder? And then one more shoulder coming after Ethereum does this, and then it does the shoulder, the right shoulder. Now that's possible, but according to this 5-day, according to this 5-day, it's front running the market to freaking zero. Everything is front running Bitcoin, DME. Everyone, institutions don't just pull their money, but when big market makers know institutions are going to pull their money, they start selling down and front running. This is what you're seeing. So a good zone for Solana here over the next 2 days. Let's go walk with me to the daily. If we don't hold this low, this zone, I'll see you guys at $60 Solana before Friday's over. You start wicking below my blue zone here. This zone is very, very precise for a reason. I mean, look at the wicks. Look at them. Right? Just look at where they're going. If we lose this wick here, or if we lose this zone here, we're going to test half of the wick. And on that test, I promise you it won't hold. It won't hold $72 Solana again. $67 Solana only lasted for mere minutes, and I can put it on the 5-minute. Right? Look at it. It lasted So $70 big 5 minutes. Dude, now I want to know how many minutes we got. Let's go look, guys. This is how you do some good TA. Dude, and I happened to get a buy-in because I frickin' saw it. Look at this, guys. 2 frickin' minutes to buy. On this candle, we went down to 67.50. On the next candle, we wicked up to 69. We closed at 68. On this next candle, we wicked to 70. And then on this next candle, we wicked to the low of 69. So let me see, low 69.98. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 potential opportunities to get in 69 or lower Solana. That's it. There's more money there. Smart money just freaking ate what they had. I G'd in my zone. Once I saw we're in my blue zone, dude, it's freaking over. Right? Like, look at this. We never went above it. I didn't sell on this first pop. I sold on one of these pops. I don't recall exactly where. But I freaking sold, and I was like, dude, I'm taking some profits. I'm just going to take the money that's there. I just don't feel it. It was like $80, $86, $87. And now you're here. You lose this, that's it. It's front running, and Bitcoin's next leg is coming, and all these alts are just next legging on their way to the next bottom down. But typically on these dumps, you do love to see these curls finding massive support, and we can begin the run to try to reclaim the 4-hour 200 around right here. Close to $900. No chance we get there on 2 4-hour candles, right? Like, no way. Bro, White Swan event will have to happen and put us at $100 immediately. So in saying that, how many bars is it from here to there? On the 4-hour, 30 bars, right? 5 days. Within the next 5 days, I expect to see a relief rally if this is going to be healthy. If not, the market's over. You better frickin' take advantage of every pop like this and sell. When you're looking at daily candles, there's not many green days since we've been tracking this. I gave you guys the tops at these levels. It even gave me one extra top to celebrate. But I argued with my life. We had a show where me and Ghost were arguing, not arguing, but he was taking the counterpoint to why would we continue here? It was literally right here. And the rest is history, right? So how can we tell this? Because of all these charts that I keep looking at and I keep proving to y'all, it isn't just things you see on the screen. These are numbers that happen. And rather than printing a big old equation, they print a candle. It's either red or green. But then the equation, the analytics comes into these indicators, the volatility, the DMI and the moves. And I have that everywhere for Solana. And notice how every chart looks the same. They're all lining up other than the alts front running Bitcoin. So that's what tells me the leg, the full bottom is not in. Once Bitcoin and alts are moving parallel to each other, now we start selling kidneys, donating blood. Go to your local weird boy clinic and start providing. We need more kids. Start doing something for money because the bottom will be in. But for now, I'm having a hopium event that I can somehow get in 100% of my portfolio at 11 to 13% USDT dominance. I don't think I'm that lucky, but my goodness, I want to definitely hope that one day I can be. I've caught bottoms and tops doing my exact TA that you guys are seeing. Now, instead of me talking to myself or boring the heck out of my wife with, hey, I just want to bounce something off you, even though I know you're not going to get it. Now I just bounce these things off of you guys through these streams, through my spaces. But there's a reason why we haven't missed. We don't just look at one angle. We look at very, very many angles to this market and end up coming to spots. How do we get to a potential top of this wick here? Well, there's actual data that backs it. And you just got to find those similarities in those charts. Once you do, you start operating kind of how I have. How this falling down wedge that took a long time, you saw it here after this first pop, and then you saw it here after this next pop, just statically going down, constant pumps, down pumps. It's all looking like the same. It looks like next legs are on its way, and I hope I'm freaking wrong this time. I've been right a few cycles in a row now. I'm hoping this is the bottom. I'm not a very good hopium guy, so they're going to give a second counterpoint in case you didn't like what I had to say, that the market is heading for a crucifixion of freaking blows here, and it's going to be nasty what's going to happen to most people in crypto. If anybody else has anything to add, go right ahead. I landed my plane there. Enjoy the Toyota and ramen, everybody. Let me prep up a song because I know I got a bunch of engagement farmers here. Matter of fact, no, let's do this. Let's do this. What? Was I lying about the engagement farmers or?
No,
I
I'm
kinda,
not engaged.
yeah, well, you don't even engage. That's right. Yeah, no, for sure.
That motherfucker.
Well, listen, we're going to have some clips to take from this last part. I'm going to give us a little sneak peek into the Novex Quest app.
Let's go.
I want everybody to kind of know that I really am working on this and I'm not just saying it, right? That would suck. Imagine someone just pretending like they're working and then they're not. NGMI, right? So oh, that's what that was. Okay. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna give you guys a little sneak peek and then we'll wrap up this show. Let's replace this with our home section, baby. Okay. So everyone, I introduce you a soft version of the Novex Quest app. It is still being fully finalized, work implemented, and the wallet connections and a couple of the details. You'll be able to have weekly NXP that we're deeming this, meaning Novex XP. Shout out to Egon. He mentioned it. You know, I wasn't sure how to spell it. NVXP was too long. NXP just sounds perfect. So you're going to have your NXP to earn. You're going to have your weekly tiers, next tiers to earn, right? You're going to be able to view all tiers. Like you click there, it takes you to the tiers section. You notice that it's already interactive, a bunch of workflows. When I go, I'll click on Connect Wallet. Those are the ones that are left, right? But you see Trader. Here's all the tiers, right? I've created Rookie, Trader, Pro, Well, Elite, Legend, Master, and Sensei. All are going to come with fee discounts, NXP multipliers, and boosted perks. Meaning if you trade with us and you're a successful trader, you're going to get a ton back. This is going to highlight what tier you're on, what your multipliers and all that fun stuff, right? Gives you current stats, it gives them perks. There is so much I can add to this, right? And that's the tier section. So, right, tier section takes you here. You are on the dashboard, right? So you then have a chart. You're going to have a chart to look at how your XP growth is going. You're going to be able to look at your recent claims, look at your full history, right? So you notice I click full history and it took me to profile. Then you can go back to view all tiers, right? It's all interactive, jumps you. You're going to be super, super sweet. Then you could go to your rewards and notifications, right? So it takes you back to dashboard. The fun page, right, going to be two of them, the quest page and the referrals page. the referrals page is really something that I wanted to have it be special, as it's the only real way to grow is word of mouth and people. So here is where there's just going to be a ton of boosted perks and different things to add and back. You'll be able to become a referral king. And a referral king is going to be someone that not just produces referrals, but produces referrals that actually do volume. I'm going to gamify this in so many ways that you're going to really love earning your NXP. Now let's go to the quest section. This is where it's going to get awesome. There's going to be daily quests, right? You're going to have the categories, right? You're going to have trading volume, liquidity provisions, staking yield, just different things, right? I haven't fully everything, but I will. You can see your locked ones. You can see what's available, right? You're going to be able to see expired ones, just cause, right? So right now, you can see a list of you're going to be able to list your completed ones, just all that stuff, man. There's just so much. And then you're just going to have all these different quests, right? The full label isn't finalized yet. This is for the sneak preview. It's just what I want to call everything, but that's just about done. Let me show you. You click on details. It's going to show your base XP, NXP, minimum tier required to earn this. How much can you claim this? Frequency, right? It's going to have information. Once you hover over it, it's going to pop up, tells you when it expires. Then you can go back and look at tiers that you're missing just in case, right? And then look at the calculation formula. You're going to be able to just click. Look at that. Boom. You earned this for this one. All right. Obviously, I can't claim it once a day. I've already claimed this. There's going to be some that are daily, some that are masters, and some that are one time. It's going to be different types of events. You're going to be able to search, up in here, right? I'll have an interactive search bar or workflow. There's just no workflows right now because I'm finalizing it. There's just so many workflows as everything you do here goes so. So you guys notice that's the final things that I'm working, getting the Web3 connections, which I already have all the services paid for, like Wallet Connect on the API. Now I'm integrating Novex API keys into all this, and there's just a whole bunch of stuff that I'm doing. But this is a quick little glimpse of your Novex Quest dashboard. It's a web app like this that's going to work on mobile as well, but it's a web app that you're going to able to just add to home screen, right? You can bookmark it, right? You'll just be able to bookmark it, have it like show up on your favorites list, right? Like right now, I'm not going to favorite it because this is a test site, right? It's not the final version. But yeah, everybody, that's your Novex Quest little sneak peek. Wanted you guys to see it, believe it, so then you can start feeling it. And you're going to feel it once you're trading and using it because it's all about a feel for making you become a better trader. Those that quest with me and end up making themselves hit the leaderboards, a lot of those quests you can only get if you're winning trades. It's not just about volume for me, it's about actually doing, you know, the things needed to survive as a trader, be sustainable, and have you around for years to come. Crypto isn't going to go anywhere. And if Bitcoin and all these things kind of go haywire over all these crazy things you hear talk about, conspiracy artists are undefeated now when they were 0 and 100 just a few short years ago. Things aren't far-fetched to move in some crazy directions that are unfathomable. But one thing I do know, there's two markets that aren't regulated, and that's crypto and the derivatives market. And we're in both of them. So enjoy. You won't have to venture too far off to always have your crew. And now you can earn with Novex, where you can chill, play some poker, play some games, trade, launch things, get dev help. I know how to do so much, and we have all countless dev work like type of just characters all around our platform and our our little water cooler system. So, anyways, let's get ready. Forest Quant is here, baby. And we're here to make sure that you are a successful quester on your journey to becoming a financially free sensei trader, baby.
Looks fucking dope, man.
The meme coming in clutch, that's the team. They don't understand discipline till they meet clutch. Forest quiet, mind louder than Wall Street moon. Trade talk live, truth no cap. CME gap, we wait no nap. Force Wi-Fi, but a single exact. Quant so clean, every candle react. He'll tell you the pain, not the drain. Give you the numbers, not the meme. Coming in clutch, that's the team. Portrait the code, mind supreme. Clutch in the woods, laptop glow. Chickens out back, alpha in the snow. He raises what he eats, that's code and crow. Kills them clean, burritos on go. Got a quant mind sharp like a guillotine. CME gap, feel routine. He don't chase green, he measure the mean. Markets bleed, he wipe it clean. Whispers of trays like war drum jams. Whole block watch like his finance dance. If you can't stomach truth, stay off the call. He'll break your delusions 1/5 at a time, y'all.
Trade talk live, truth no cap. CME gap, we wait no nap. Force Wi-Fi, but a single exact. Quant so clean, every candle a dream. Give you the pain, not the dream. Give you the numbers, not the meme. Coming in clutch, that's the team. Portrait the code, mind supreme.
Yeah, I coast, but I rug it raw. Chaos theory, that's cave law. Data in my beard, shadows in my file. Rug your heart just to test your style. Block, don't talk, I just measure decay. CME gap like a debt we pay. Charge don't lie, but the crowd might sway. If clutch calls silence, I obey. In the forest, plotting ticks and traps. Sunset red like liquidation maps. Alpha so deep it come and collapse, but real ones wait, no panic slaps.
Coming in clutch where logic meets life. Where burritos and basis points both cut like knives. Where truth hurts more than the chart itself. But pain just proves that you're playing with well.
Trade talk live, truth no cap. CME gap, we wait no nap. Force Wi-Fi, but a single exact. Quant so clean, every candle react. He'll tell you the pain, not the drain. Give you the numbers, not the main. Coming in clutch, that's the team. Portrait to code, mind supreme.
Trade talk.
Winning clutch.
Cheers down. Push life out.
Winning clutch.
Trade talk. Trade talk. Trade talk. Trade talk.
Trade Talk Live, truth, no cap. CME gap, we wait, no nap. Forest Wi-Fi, with the signal exact. Quant so clean, every candle react.
He'll tell you the pain, not the dream. Give you the numbers, not the mean. Coming in clutch, that's the team. I'm trying to cold, mind supreme.
Satoshi is coming for you. I meant Epstein. My bad. Great rest of your day, everybody.